Welcome to Gear Guide Session 1. So this time we are going to check into Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, the flagship device from Samsung in the year 2023. So is it still worth in 2024? Let's check it out. In this video I will be giving my first impression on this device and what are the updates which came into the device after One UI 6.1. So let's get started. Speaking of the inbox contents, we get a Type-C to C cable, SIM ejection tool and a user guide along with the smartphone. So you need to remember one thing, the phone doesn't come with a charger. So I recommend you to use a 45 watt Samsung's original charger. Let's start with the build quality and in-hand feel of the device. The phone is made up of aluminum frame and it is protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 2 in both front and back side. On speaking about the ports and buttons, we are getting volume rockers and power button on the right side. At the bottom side we can see Type-C, speaker grills, S Pen and SIM ejection area. In left side there is nothing and in the top side we can see secondary microphone and stereo speaker. Speaking of the design, we are getting the same design as of S22 Ultra and S24 Ultra, so there is no major difference in the design. The weight of the smartphone is 234 grams. Let's talk about display, the most interesting thing in the smartphone. The display is of 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED 2x display and the viewing experience in this device is really interesting. The refresh rate is of adaptive refresh rate from 1 to 120 Hz and its peak brightness is of 1750 nits and high brightness mode is of 1200 nits. So you won't be having any difficulty in watching content in direct sunlight. You can get display resolution up to QHD+, which is really interesting for a smartphone. The display is of 6.8 inch and the screen to body ratio is of 89.9%, which is really interesting. Speaking about the OS, you are getting Android 13 One UI 5.1 out of the box and it is upgradable to Android 14 One UI 6.1 in which you are getting the AI features. And Samsung promises software update for 4 years and as far as of now, we will get 3 more years of software update, which is really interesting, and we will also get regular security updates. Speaking about the RAM and ROM, the phone comes with 12 GB RAM as of base variant with LPDDR5X RAM and of ROM you are getting 256 GB variant as base variant with followed by 512 and 1 TB variants are also available. The storage is of UFS 4.0, which is really fast. Speaking about the speaker system, we are getting stereo speakers tuned by AKG. The sound from the speakers is really impressive and mind-blowing. Other features which comes with the smartphone is eSIM support, IP68 water and dust resistant and armor aluminum frame. We are also getting stylus support. I will talk about stylus a few minutes later. Talking about connectivity, we are getting Bluetooth version 5.3 and NFC support is also present in the smartphone. The USB port is of 3.2 Type-C port. We are also getting the support of Samsung DeX and wireless DeX. So you can connect your smartphone to a monitor and use it as a desktop by activating DeX. Speaking about the performance, the smartphone is powered by a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor based on 4nm architecture. The performance in this smartphone is really fast. I really like the performance in this smartphone, especially while playing games like Call of Duty. The Antutu score of this device is over 12 lakh and the Geekbench score is of 4900, which is really fast. So due to the presence of Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, editing and gaming and other high-end works, especially multitasking, is really simple and fast. I'll be talking detailedly about the performance in a new video where I'll be covering everything related to the smartphone after few days of my usage. Now let's talk about camera, the most interesting and awaited feature in this smartphone. The primary sensor in the rear side is 200 megapixel camera and followed by 12 megapixel ultra wide, 10 megapixel 3x telephoto and a 10 megapixel zoom lens periscope camera. The front side is powered by a 12 megapixel camera. Speaking about the video recording capability, we can shoot videos up to 8K 30 fps using the rear camera and 4K 60 fps using the front camera. This device supports stereo sound and auto HDR and we can shoot HDR10 plus content using the smartphone. We are also getting different kinds of mode to shoot in this camera like Expert RAW, Portrait Video, Pro Video and Director's View. So let me show you some samples of videos and photos shot using this device. As you can see, The camera samples from this device is really interesting. I personally love this very much, especially the night photography using this camera, and 10x and 3x telephoto cameras are working really well, especially for portrait. Portrait video is also really interesting. The edge detection is really interesting in this camera. We are also getting the feature of export raw, which is useful for mini, and pro video is also available. Other more like time lapse and slow motion is also really interesting and works really well. The quality of photo shot using the ultra wide camera is also really interesting. The colors are also looking really impressive. Speaking about the battery, the phone is powered by a 5000 mAh battery and it supports 45-watt fast charging. So as I mentioned earlier, charger is not available with the box. As a result, you need to buy it separately, and I would personally recommend the 45-watt charger itself because the phone gets charged really fast. The phone also supports reverse wireless charging up to 4.5 watt, and also you can do wireless charging up to 15 watts. The battery lasts all day, especially if you are a person who uses smartphone for a normal usage. You will get it more than one day, and if you are using it with heavy camera, heavy gaming and other activities which take heavy performance, the battery will still last maximum up to evening, so you can get it charged. So I'm really impressed with the battery performance of this smartphone. The most interesting feature in a Samsung Galaxy S device is the presence of Samsung S Pen. It is really useful in this device because now you can use it to write in this device so that it converts your handwriting into text. Also, you can use it for remote control, especially in camera app and other applications which support. Also, you can this for circle to find feature in One UI 6.1 update. Even if your phone is off, if you remove the S Pen, you can write it simply on your main display. So let's conclude the video. If you ask me about the worth of the smartphone in 2024, I would say a big yes. My first impressions of this smartphone is really impressive because you are getting all the flagship features in S24 Ultra software wise in this smartphone itself. The main difference between both of them is the absence of titanium frame in S23 Ultra, and also the difference in software update. In S24 Ultra you are getting 7 years of update, and in S23 Ultra you will get 3 more years of update because 1 year is already completed. Also, comparing with S24 Ultra, you are getting a small curve in the display which is absent in S24 Ultra. So if you are someone who likes curved display, Samsung S23 Ultra is the last phone with this feature. Before concluding the video, I would like to request all of you to subscribe to our channel because I will put follow-up videos regarding this smartphone very soon in my YouTube channel. Also follow me on Instagram so you can get many videos introducing many features related to the smartphone. I hope you like this video. Do share this video with your friend who is also looking to upgrade his smartphone. Thank you for watching. Signing out from Gear Guide.